Hello, everyone. This is Adam Meister, the Bitcoin Meister, the Disrupt Meister. Welcome to Late Night in Bitcoin. Today is January the 13th, 2018. Yeah, it's 4 a.m. in the morning in the East Coast, 1 a.m. in Los Angeles, where I am. Strong hand. Be in motion, people. Be in motion. And that is what this very special video is all about. This video is going to be about all the usual news and all the usual fork coverage and Bitcoin FUD and everything that's going on. I want to talk about the event I was just at here in Los Angeles, the Bitcoin meetup. It was a great time. I want to thank Anders for putting it on. I want to thank Tor for taking me there. And I want to thank, excuse me, all the people who were in attendance in Century City tonight. It was packed. It was sold out. And yes, you did. There was a cover charge to get in, and it was sold out. That's how popular Bitcoin is. That's how many people want to talk about Bitcoin. And I was very flattered that quite a few people who came out found out about it because of watching this show. So there are a lot of people in Southern California watching this show. My experience in Southern California, here in Los Angeles and in San Diego last weekend with Bitcoin, it's been amazing, and it was very unexpected. I knew a lot of people cared about it here. I am just really as bullish as I've ever been after talking to people here in Southern California on the ground. And so that's what this video is about, because there are a lot of people out there that say, oh, Bitcoin's about to enter a bear market, and they give a lot of statistics. They talk about a lot of Wall Street stuff. They talk a lot of macro, I guess. Here on the street level, I mean, when you meet all these new people who are wondering, how do I store it on my Trezor? How do I buy it from Coinbase? How do I do this? How do I do that? And then you have people that are veterans that have been in a little bit longer, and everyone getting together and just feeling the excitement at one of these events. And just, there's all sorts of different topics, everything you can imagine. People in California have asked a lot about the Lightning Network. That has been enlightening. I spoke about crypto dividends. People were interested in that. They were interested in, obviously, the B Rhodium, the B Private, everything. People ask about B Cash. There's all sorts of interest. There's so many different levels of knowledge. Some people still don't know that you can split a Bitcoin into different, into smaller pieces. It's just exciting. And there's so much opportunity to teach people. I mean, if you already know about this stuff, and if you can market this stuff, be in motion, go to these events, put on these events, network. The networking that goes on is amazing. And if you're an entrepreneurial person, you're going to be able to get together with people. You're going to come up with business ideas. People were willing to pay me right there to help them set up a Trezor and stuff. Okay. And so if you know how to do that, someone will pay you to do it. Someone will help you. And someone will pay you you'll be able to help someone right then and there at one of these events. There are all sorts of different levels of experience coming to these events. But the excitement is there with everyone. People aren't coming because they hate cryptocurrency. They're coming because they're very interested. They're very curious. They want to know how to get to the next level, and they're proactive people. So I encourage everyone all across the United States, all across the world, to put on these events. Now, if you check out the link section, and they don't have to be big giant events either. In San Francisco, I'm speaking at a big giant corporate event. I'm not even talking about that. I am talking about grass level meetups. These are the best. This is where you feel the freaking enthusiasm, and you start to wonder what are people talking about with a bear market when these people here are trying their best to buy it and they can't even buy it, and they're trying to educate themselves, and it's great. They're just people want to learn. People want to learn. People want to buy. Now, in yesterday's show, This Week in Bitcoin, we had guests on from Bristol, England, from Calgary, Canada, and from Melbourne, Australia. And you can check out the link section below to see This Week in Bitcoin. It was a great show. I bring up those cities because each one of them said the events there have been bigger and better than ever. The grassroots events, the meetups there, and it's just growing and growing. So on the ground, at the person-to-person level, we see great growth and great excitement. And remember, in the end of the day, that's what matters. Individuals buying this stuff and holding this stuff, not playing trading games with it and creating, institutions getting in. That's great also. But people have to buy it. Regular people have to own it, and regular people do own it. Regular people do hold it. I met people there that a specific person said, "Thank you for doing these shows. I've been watching you since 2016 or 2015." And we specifically spoke about the show where I said, you should get 10 Bitcoin for $4,000 total. And this person implied to me that he is now at the elite level. And he said he got 1, then he got 10, then he got 16, then he got 21. And it's just really flattering that people have been paying attention. And that, now I'm just saying get one. The name of the show is the One Bitcoin Show. I mean, if you end up with 1 Bitcoin, you're going to be in good shape in the year 2024 and then probably 2020 also. So, and then again, traveling all around the world, as you know I do, and I'm going to keep on traveling all around the world. I mean, Tel Aviv, Seoul, San Diego, Los Angeles. What do they all have in common? Not much, but they all have people who are pumped up about Bitcoin. At all the events I've been to there in Seoul, Tel Aviv, it's the same thing. It's the same thing. People are pouring into it. People are lining up at Bitcoin ATMs. People at the events in Seoul we're pulling out Korean won to buy Bitcoin from people right there, then and there. So you go to these events, you'll be more bullish than ever. Put on these events, you'll be adding stuff to the community. So I linked to a photo from tonight's event below of Tor and I. He's from Baltimore, as you can tell, just like I am originally, but he lives out here now. Who knows? Maybe I'll have a place out here. I want to have eventually, different apartments in different cities all over the place. Not own them, but rent them. But if you know about short-term rentals all over the world, I'm interested in it. I'm interested in Southern California. I don't spend any time on the East Coast during the winter anymore. That's enough of that. I'm not into the cold. I like warm places during the winter, and during the hot summers, if it's mild, it's good. Anyway, I digress. But who knows? I will come to your town. If you have a legitimate event, like I'm going to be in St. Louis on the 13th and 15th of April, okay? That was just announced. Someone just emailed me about St. Louis. This guy's emailed me before. I'm going to get back to you. You want to have a St. Louis event when I'm there? Let's do it. Let's do it. Other personalities from YouTube should be encouraging this kind of stuff too, and going out of their way to try to attend some of these things. If you're traveling around, see if there's a meetup. Try to attend the meetup. I'm trying to do that. It gets people enthusiastic. It's really flattering to know that you have people who know you in different cities, and it's great to give back even more in person, and it adds to the ecosystem. It adds to the great vibe. They're going to become happier Bitcoin holders. They're going to get more people into it. So if you are I know other personalities watch this and stuff, but go out. And again, Andy Hoffman and I, and Michael Krieger, who's a Bitcoin personality now, we're going to be speaking in Boulder at the Boulder meetup on April the 25th. That's an example right there. I'm sure it's going to be rocking there. And actually, Corey, who's at the World Crypto Network too, I think he'll be there too. I think he'll be there. Hopefully he'll be there. He lives somewhere out there. And maybe Big Old Robert will come out too. Who knows? He's out there in Colorado. We've got a lot of people in Colorado. And so suggest places to go. You never know when I'm going to end up in your city. And you can see from my enthusiasm that these things are very worthwhile. People come away networked. They come away better informed. And again, I'm telling people, control your private key. Keep it on the Trezor. And not everybody knows that right away. And I encourage people. I say, if you control your own private key, you get the crypto dividends. What are these crypto dividends? And I explain what they are. It's interest. And there's so many different levels. There's so many different things to talk about at these things, and it makes a difference, and you're enthusiastic afterwards. So it was a great night in Los Angeles tonight. It was a great last Saturday in San Diego. And again, we're staying so late. It's supposed to go 6 to 9 o'clock. We're there till 10 o'clock. Just talking before, after, taking photos. It's a really good, it's a good community event. If you're a shy person, maybe this is a way to get out into the real world. There's your health tip of the day. Your health tip of the day is you can't live in a hole all the time. You could be positive in your house, I'm sure, but it is good to meet real people. It is good to interact with people. And these are kind people. These are nice people. These are understanding people. I mean, there's smart, chic people. There's dorkier people. There's cooler people. There's all sorts of people. There are crazy people like me. It's energetic people. You know, it's good. And people make. If I'm at your event, I promise you, I'm going to make you feel comfortable, because it's just like now you feel like you're talking to me right now, and I hope you do. It's just like I'm just like this in person. People say it's the same thing. It's the same. I ask people, I'm like, am I the same? You think I'm the? They say you're exactly the same. It's the same energy stuff. You're saying pound that like button and everything like this. So do pound that like button, seriously, people. So yeah, it's really bold. The bottom line is, and we got this a takeaway from yesterday's show. Andy actually mentioned it in the stuff that he wrote today. That there's a lot of people going to these things. It's bullish on the ground. It is very bullish. So you can hear about trends. And technical analysis says that XYZ it's going to go down. But when you start meeting people and you start seeing that people really want to buy this stuff in different countries, I mean, and I saw it firsthand in Australia. I saw it firsthand in Israel. I saw it firsthand in South Korea, in Europe, in Spain, in Portugal. I've seen it in the United States. And I'll say in South America soon enough. I mean, I talk to people from Argentina and Chile all the time. And so it's very encouraging. It's very encouraging. That's what it's about on the ground. So yeah, be excited. Put on these events. Go to these events. Tell me about these events. Let's make it more a bigger community. Let's take it beyond the Twitter to real life, because it does make a difference. And also, if you attend these things and you have an entrepreneurial mindset, which I very much encourage, you're going to come up with ideas, with new business ideas. You're going to create new businesses. You're going to solve some of these problems. Maybe you'll be the guy who comes up with I'm going to create the device that's going to provide everybody's fork Bitcoin, every fork that comes out. Or someone was asking me tonight, I own a certain altcoin. I can't, no device lets me store it yet. I'm like, someone should just come up with a device like a Trezor where you can save every single cryptocurrency that's on the CoinMarketCap site. And I know like 98% of them are completely ridiculous, but people want it, and it'll get people in the habit of storing their Bitcoin off of exchanges too. So if they take their 5th tier altcoin off the exchange, they're going to definitely take their Bitcoin off of it too. So it'd be nice if there's an option. Anyway, enough. I'm giving you ideas right now, and that's inspired by all the great people in Los Angeles tonight. So pound that like button, Los Angeles. Thank you very much for a great night. It was a great presentation. It was a great time. I'm Adam Meister, the Bitcoin Meister, Disrupt Meister. Remember to subscribe to this channel, like this video, share this video. Do check out the notes section below. I'll say hi to you in the chat soon, but we will have another show. I will have another show in a few more hours on Saturday. That'll be the regular Saturday show. It might be late at night. Who knows, but it will be on Saturday. Good night, everyone. Bye-bye.